I guess you could say I'm a Joe R. Lansdale fan. Without any prep or cleaning or dusting or moving my junk out of the way from in front of the books, here is a cross section of the Joe R. Lansdale stuff that I've accumulated over the last 100 or so years. Something like that. Hello everybody, thank you for joining me. I'm so glad you could come, and I'm suffering from a severe case of the working man's yellows. See, in the old days, they talked about the working man's blues. The late, great Merle Haggard even sang a song about it. Hey, hey, I'm the working man. Anyway, today in this modern, high-tech, newfangled society, it's the working man's yellows. Let me fix that real quick. And I'll be working as long as these two hands are fit to use. Now, I can't honestly sit here and tell you that I love to work. I love to have stuff done. I love to get stuff done. But the working part, man, I gotta be motivated to do that. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about working and working mans. I'm here to talk about Joe R. Lansdale, one of my very favorite authors whose collection has grown in my house over the last 150 or so years to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shelves, plus mixed up in all sorts of anthologies and stuff like that. I got a book in the mail directly from Subterranean Press. It's here, and I want to show it to you. And as I say, I've got a severe case of the Joe R. Lansdale fandom inside of me. Whatever that means, I don't know. But Subterranean Press has just released, as I break out my fancy gimmick here, has just shipped me a book that includes 2 novellas or short novels. I don't know what you call them. And figuring that my memory is so bad and I haven't read this yet, I wanted to read what they wrote about the thing that he wrote. And it'll kind of sum up Joe R. Lansdale and what makes him something interesting. How about this? We're thrilled to announce the events concerning a 2-novella collection by Joe R. Lansdale. ... Yada, 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 about the book. Back in the 90s, a novella, the events concerning a nude fold-out found in a Harlequin romance about jobless plebeian cook, his daughter Jasmine, and a used bookstore owner named Martha received a Bram Stoker Award and appeared to be the start of a series. It wasn't. But now we're taking a time machine back to the original story involving circus dogs, mannequins, and a serial killer, and we're adding a quirky short novel, the events concerning 2 stabbed clowns in a bloody bathtub. The novel is wilder than the original tale and answers the question, what did Plebeian and the gang do next? A missing cat leads to an outrageous blackmail scheme, a sex video, a body in an out-of-the-way cemetery, a sexy mortician, clown orgies, bathtub stabbings, and a missing child. But Plebeian, Jasmine, and Martha are on the job because they not only have a used bookstore to run, they own a private eye agency, Books and Bullets, and they are clown deep into a twisty investigation. An investigation that soon becomes a race against time to rescue a child before she's deprived of air and a wicked vengeance is completed. Things are about to go sideways in the best way possible for a reader craving mystery, suspense, and unexpected thrills. Now, I wanted to read that because when you hear that stuff, it kind of takes you into what you may expect in a lot of Joe R. Lansdale tales. One of the things about Joe R. Lansdale is his tales vary so drastically, but in many, many of them, you're going to get fun talk like that. And it really, really helps for all of you folks out there who are unfamiliar with Joe R. Lansdale. First, before you read a book, what are you waiting for? Go out and listen to Joe R. Lansdale talk. He does podcasts, interviews, YouTube interviews, all these different things. Listen to the fella talk for a little while. Get that, the way he talks, the similes, the accent, the pacing, get all that stuff in your head, and then go read one of his books, and now you can hear it in his voice. Many of his books are a whole lot of fun. Some are very serious, but many of them are a whole lot of fun. And I've found that if I read them in Joe R. Lansdale's voice, they're even more fun. But let's get to the matters at hand. Subterranean Press has delivered said book. And here it is. And Subterranean Press usually packages up their books in great big boxes full of foam, popcorn, looks like white cheese, cheese puffs. But this one is the second one I've got now that's come in an envelope or an envelope, whatever. Words, just words. Come in one of these things, and stuff like this worries me, man. It worries me a lot. But when I get this stuff from a publisher like Subterranean Press, it worries me on a lot of fronts. But we're not going to carry on about how worried I am, because I don't think anybody cares about how worried I am. Just saying. Let's open this up thing and hope for the best. Hope she didn't get beat up too bad inside there. Or, even better yet, not get beat up at all. So it's shipped in this cardboard type of an envelope. Goodbye. And it's inside of a bubble envelope, however you want to call it, is fine with me. Let's open this thing up and see how she looks. So I am paid. I got that going for me today, which is nice. And now it's inside of a plastic bag. Plastic bags are cool. I had somebody point out to me the usefulness of plastic bags, and it really rang. They said it helps to keep your junk from getting wet. And I thought about the times that the friendly neighborhood mail lady, she never did that. But the FedEx guy and the UPS person have left boxes out in the rain for me, and I've been lucky. But a bag helps, so that's good. Now this is a very small book, and maybe that's what Subterranean Press is up to. Maybe they say small books don't need protection. We'll just ship them in a little cardboard envelope with a bubble envelope wrapped around it. And the book only cost $45. I don't remember what the shipping freight was, but maybe, again, Subterranean Press figures $45 books aren't worth the protection that they usually give their more expensive books. Either way, I don't like it. When I get it in the mail, I worry. It looks like we might have escaped unscathed. So I'm whining and crying like a little baby for no good reason. But I do love this artwork, man. This is a book that needs to be displayed for all to see. It looks so cool. I love the colors. Well, I want to open it up and take a look and see what the rest be like. So there's our dust jacket. There's the dust jacket all spread out for you so you can see what it looks like that away. And then here's the book. In typical Subterranean Press, not always, but typical, you're going to get cloth-bound books like that. It looks kind of like that. And they got some foil stamping on the spine. Looks nice. So the book itself kind of comes off as typical high-quality Subterranean Press stuff. There is our Smith sewn binding. Can you see that? And then yellow in papers. I can't wait to jump into this story. I don't have any version of the original story or the follow-up story, so this probably will be the copy that I have to read. And our signature page. For those of you out there who have Joe R. Lansdale signatures, you have probably asked yourself the question, maybe you have, is this signature real? Because when you look at this one, and then you look at the next one, why can't you see that? When you look at this one and then you look at the next one, you'll find that they're probably very different. Joe R. Lansdale, a guy that signs a lot of stuff and has a lot of limited edition books, but his signature varies so much from from book to book within a set, but also from book to book outside of the set. And this one is copy number 317 of 1,250 numbered copies. I do like the artwork on the limitation page. So I like this edition already. For 45 bucks, I'm pleased. I whine about the shipping methods, but overall, I got what I needed. And I'm looking through here. I don't think this is an illustrated edition. I didn't think so, and I don't see anything. But one last thing that sometimes people will be asking me about. Page color, font or text size, and such as that. And that's how she looks. The events concerning 2 stabbed clowns and a bloody bathtub. That's a book I must read. That Subterranean Press calls it a short novel. Must be very short. Overall, this thing from start to finish, with both stories combined, totals 176 pages. Let me see if I can figure out where Two-Stabbed Clown starts and where Harlequin Romance ends. So Two-Stabbed Clown starts on page 69, dude, and it ends on page 176. So I can't do the math very good, but that's about 100 and something, 7 pages, if Hernando High School did its deal. But that's the way it goes. This is the book I got. I'm pleased with how it turned out. I love the fact that Subterranean Press is publishing books from some of my very favorite authors, like Joe R. Lansdale, like Lawrence Block. These are guys that I can't buy enough of them. Whatever comes out, I'm getting it. So I'm pleased to get this. I couldn't be any happier with the final product. I can't wait to read and jump in. Anyway, thank you for your time. I do appreciate it. Consider subscribing to the channel. It doesn't cost a thing, and it doesn't hurt that bad. Anyway, I can think of no more lies to tell, so say la vie, baby. Doo-doo.